Welcome back to episode 33 of Dev's Daily Dose of Dota. Today, we're representing the SEA scene, featuring a game between MVP Phoenix and Cloud9. If you're just joining us, I don't know why you would join us in the late game, but hey, we have some great stuff for you. We have been focusing on Chen, doing some jungling, doing some rotations, some smoke ganks. He's done a great job of keeping his creeps alive, but BigDaddy0Tail, he's ready for the big fights. What we haven't talked about is how to counter Chen, because that's kind of a stupid statement. But if you're thinking of some ways, think about Echo Slam. You see it does multiple damage as it hits the more enemy units nearby. And with 4 Chen creeps, all with bonus HP, grouped up so they can get some benefit of the mechanism, that might be just what Reason has in mind at the 20-minute mark. He has an invisibility rune. He would love to get an opportunity here. Echo Slam.
Come and get it.
What do? Damn. You buy back. That's why. That's what you do. You're Chen. You have an AoE heal. And by AoE, I mean the entire map.
Forsaken.
There's the buyback and the instant heal to help out your team. What a great ability. And on the heels of that, with the assistance of 2 more stuns and 2 Satyr Tormentors, it is a full team wipe for MVP. Fantastic job, Chen. Hey, no big deal. You're not going to gain any unreliable gold. Don't worry about that. Your team is going to help take this tower.
Radiant's top tower
And that actually isn't a 5 for 0. That was a 3 for 5. Or a 3 for 1 with the Chen buyback. And at the 21-minute mark, we quickly have the first high ground defense of the game. 4 Chen creeps are here, and they're able to quickly push down the tower. Juggernaut already has a Mask of Madness and a Mjolnir. And Chen is quickly running to get back into the fight. He is the mech carrier after all. He would love to contribute to an actual team fight. We're in that last one, he was insta-gibbed. Though, I will say, great job on the Hand of God. Not only, and this is a little worth noting, not only is it a 2-3-400 heal, but it heals your creeps entirely. Which, in this case, is 1400, sometimes even more gold. Or more HP than that. And we see our heroes disengaging at this point. A Stampede even used to help, but Chen is here. He's here to assist. They would love to fight on the high ground here. Heen even being a little too ambitious, trying to force them back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Using the mech there to heal everyone up. Forev coming in, trying to get some gold out of that. But C9 are ready to fight. Their Chen is back. And he's saying, you know what guys, let's push forward. These guys are low HP. Or maybe we should back up. Sends Fata back to base. Love the free teleport. They still have all of their tier 1 towers up, so he can get the mana and quickly kill Earthshaker from sitting in the fountain. Great job, Fata. As a result of that fight, which doesn't get shown on the fight recap. Oh well. BigDaddy0Tail lost a couple of his creeps, so he'll come back into the jungle. He's picking up an Alpha Wolf this time. But the gold lead is steadily increasing, from 8,000 a few minutes ago to almost 14,000 now. And we can see that even in Chen, he has, after buying back, almost 2,000 gold still. All the meanwhile, his Hand of God is quickly coming back online. Eternal Envy on the Juggernaut, having the time of his life. Mask of Madness, Mjolnir, and 3,600 gold on him. Fata has a Blink Dagger of his own, Yule's Scepter. Kyo has Yule's Scepter as well, but he's been forced to go into that BKB early, with the just ridiculous amount of magic damage coming out from this team. The burst damage from Aether Shock, the pure damage from Test of Faith, And along with Hoof Stomp, Double Edge, and all the Zeus abilities. I've been talking for 45 seconds, and that's been enough time for BigDaddy0Tail to fill up his creep arsenal. Even picking up the Kobold Foreman.
Barracks are under attack.
12% movement speed. Not to be snuffed at. He's almost at 400.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And you heard it. The pushing from creeps coming in early on, forcing a barracks to fall. Talk about space created.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Because at the
attack.
24-minute mark, the second Roshan of the game
has fallen
goes
to
to
the
Cloud9. And we see the next item coming out for Chen. Working on the pipe, why not? A lot of the comeback mechanics for MVP are something like the Miracle Echo Slam coming in from Reason. Or even some really good Shadow Raises from Shadow Fiend. But everyone's beefing up at this point. We see the BKB for Magic Immunity coming out for Eternal Envy. Even an Aghanim Scepter coming out for Shadow Shaman. That is a very farmed support. He's even higher than the offlane Axe of Ferevs. There's a bit of a lull in the game here at the 25-minute mark, but you do see some writing on the minimap, some suggestions, some movements coming out from the heroes, and some beautiful split pushing coming out from this Chen. This will have to be dealt with, as he recalls all his creeps back to mid, and they are ready to fight.
Are fortified.
Fantastic initiation here. BKB coming out from Bone 7.
Repent.
Eternal Envy going to work. He's low. Not able to get off the heal in time. But that's okay. Eternal Envy is doing work. That will end up being a 4 for 2. That Queen of Pain is the only person getting away. And although the two supports died for Cloud9, the carries remain alive. And they're here to push down this mid lane. Once the creeps come, of course.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fata even applying some extra pressure into the base to push in the lane. And another tower falls for Cloud9.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The gold lead up to about 17,000 now. And with the two supports quickly coming back online, instantly teleporting out to their lanes, they want to start applying more pressure. The map is very much in their favor. All the tier 2 towers are now gone for MVP. So BigDaddy0Tail will come back into the jungle. He needs to replenish his creeps. Still has the one Wild Wing Ripper, but he could use some more. And he will get another Alpha Wolf for his troubles. Misery, wanting to push out this lane, saying, hey, let's go, let's get into their jungle.
To me.
As the fighting commences. BigDaddy0Tail a little late into the fight, but that's okay. That was only the Aegis. Reason, dying for no
You'll wish
reason.
I never stooped to notice you.
That Hex, 3.5 seconds being all they needed. And he even dying on the Vengeful Spirit. As Juggernaut trying to get away. Is QO, but ultimately he dies to a combination coming out from Eternal Envy and Thunder God Wrath coming out from Fata. It's the 28-minute mark. That ends up being a 4-4 Aegis, if you want to call it that, that started all the way back in this jungle. And then it is worth noting started with BigDaddy0Tail up in his own jungle. But all the heroes are here together again, and the bottom lane of Rax is being pushed in. Hand of God coming out to try and negate that Sonic Wave. And MVP March will fall for his effort, instantly buying back.
Pain, but you
They know
really
2 lanes of Rex
recognize
might be
as
too much to come back from at this point. They're trying to at least secure a counter kill on Fada. They may be able to do that.
In my pride.
And with that death, BigDaddy0Tail says, "Hey guys, let's back up and reset." They got what they came for. Another lane of Brax is down. And all his creeps are still alive.
A lucky find.
Even picking up an
Radiant's
ogre here.
middle tower is under attack.
Worth noting that this is nothing to scoff at, as we see them get teleported back to base here.
Radiant's middle
8
tower
armor
is under
bonus
attack.
is about a 30% damage reduction, depending on what armor you already have. Sure, QO secures a kill on Eternal
Radiant's
Envy.
middle tower is under
Picking
attack.
up, well, that was over 1,000 gold, but is it too little,
Dire's
too
middle
late?
tower is under attack.
And they'll even get this top
Dire's
tower here.
middle tower has fallen.
The first tower of the game at mid. We see QO very
Dire's
apprehensive,
middle tower
not even
is
sure
under
if he can push in
Dire's structures
to a second
are
tower.
fortified.
But
Dire's
Eternal
middle
Envy is
tower
down for
is
40
under
more
attack.
seconds.
Radiant's middle tower. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And our Cloud9 team are playing it safe. They see the scoreboard. They can't see the graph, but they know they have a decisive lead. So they're just going to wait for Juggernaut to come back up. Kind of harass QO a little bit. He is getting very low. Beautiful job avoiding, and even, you could say, baiting the Thunder Guard's
Radiant's
wrath.
middle tower is under attack.
That ward was a little ambitious, and will get dewarded. But the position 1 is alive again. Eternal Envy, back on the map. He has a Skull Basher, and they immediately smoke. They want to be aggressive with this. They want to get something done. They suspected someone on the high ground running away. Instead, it was Reason sitting in the jungle. Beautiful job from Fada, suspecting that someone was sitting there. And Earthshaker, dead for 50 seconds. Misery even blinking in there to get some better vision. But that was a death that MVP could not afford. They're 4 for 5 for 40 more seconds. Speaking of deaths they can't afford, now they're 3 for 5 after Vengeful Spirit dies. And the push down mid with 4 Chen creeps continues. You've seen it in the top lane, you've seen it in the bottom lane. They're coming for their last tower and their last lane of racks. The Serpent Wards just put down instantly, almost baiting our MVP heroes to move forward. And bait they did.
Come to axe.
As Eternal Envy just doing work on QO here. BKB, no big deal, I got Omni Slash. At this point, even right-clicking our heroes down.
Radiant's middle
QO
tower
will
is
finally
under
fall.
attack.
BigDaddy0Tail doing work with the stuns, but for the most part, using his abilities are just icing on the cake. Reason will fall as well. A buyback from our QO,
Keep me down.
a buyback from the Earthshaker.
Radiant's middle
This is
barracks
the
are
Alamo
under
here.
attack.
And if you remember the Alamo, you'll know that everybody died, and the fort fell. GG's are
Radiant's
called,
middle barracks has
and that
fallen.
will be a win for Cloud9 in this game.
Cloud9 victory.
Remember the Alamo, but more importantly, remember to keep your creeps alive with Chen. I'm not going to link you the Dota buff game that I did earlier today that was the reason for this, but it was ugly. I didn't rotate with my supports early on, like we saw from Cloud9. Great, very key smoke coming out at about the 4-minute mark in conjunction with the Shadow Shaman of Misery going all the way from the top lane to the bottom lane that resulted in 3 kills after having just conceded the first blood to the 2 supports in mid, helping out QO from MVP. Got into the mid game, more of the same. Keeping your creeps alive, smoking when necessary, and we saw the gold slowly start to come in and build up for our Cloud9 heroes. Soon we had a mech for 1 support. We had Misery, the other support, even picking up a Blink Dagger. And late game fights like that are really just icing on the cake. That's going to be all for this edition of 4D Def's Daily Dose of Dota. I hope you enjoyed it. It's running a little long, so from all of us here at Deficit Broadcasting, until next time, helping you raise your score.